Namaste and welcome to BioStudies. We have started the second chapter, that is biological classification, and in our previous video we have taken 5 kingdom classification introduced by R.H. Whitaker, right? According to R.H. Whitaker, the 5 kingdoms are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. After this 5 kingdom classification, Carl Woese in the year 1990 he proposed 3 domains of life classification system. So what are these 3 domains of life? Carl Woese actually he considered all these 5 characters, and the modification he did here was he took the first prokaryotic kingdom, that is Monera, and this Monera, the kingdom Monera, was further divided into 2 categories. The first category he called as domain Archaea and second domain called Eukarya. Eubacteria. So Carl Woese he took the Monera kingdom and he further divided the Monera kingdom into 2 domains, that is domain Archaea and domain Eubacteria. Now how many are remaining? The 4 eukaryotic kingdoms are remaining, right? Now all these 4 eukaryotic kingdoms, they are grouped under a single domain called as Eukarya. Okay, so these Archaea, Eubacteria and Eukarya, these are called as 3 domains of life. So all the living organisms were divided into 3 domains. Which are those 3 domains? Archaea, Eubacteria and Eukarya, right? Now the organisms that come under domain Archaea, they are usually referred as Archaebacteria. Okay, and the organisms of Eubacteria, Eu refers to what? Eu refers to true. Okay, so the members of Eubacteria, these are the true bacterias, right? And the third domain Eukarya, Eu refers to what? Again Eu refers to true. Karya or karyon refers to nucleus. So the organisms with the true nucleus, what we generally call as eukaryotes, all these 4 eukaryotic kingdoms are considered under the domain Eukarya. So Protista, Fungi, then Plantae, then Animalia, right? So I hope you are understanding this concept. Carl Woese proposed 3 domains of life, and what he did, Archaea and Eubacteria, these are nothing but they have arrived from the kingdom Monera itself, but Archaea they consist of Archaebacteria and Eubacteria consist of true bacteria, and remaining domain Eukarya, all the eukaryotic kingdoms were put under the domain Eukarya. Okay, then what are the differences between these 3 domains? Why Carl Woese, instead of considering the 5 kingdom classification, he proposed these 3 domains of life? Now one thing you have to observe, 2 kingdom classification, 3, 4 and 5 kingdom classification, these classification system were mainly based on the physical characters of the organisms, isn't it? Based on the physical characters, they introduced different kingdoms, but Carl Woese for the first time he considered the genetic analysis, okay, or genetic basis, and based on the genetic criteria, Carl Woese for the first time he organized the organisms under 3 domains. Then what are the difference between 3 domains with respect to genetic analysis? We'll just have a look over here. Now the first difference between Archaebacteria and Eubacteria and Eukarya, see, the Archaea members are always prokaryotic organisms and they are unicellular, right? How about Eubacteria? Eubacteria is also same. These are the prokaryotic organisms and they are unicellular. But when you come to Eukarya, as the name suggests here, these are the eukaryotic organisms, but they may be unicellular or they may be multicellular. Why we have taken both the options here? Because in Eukarya we have protozoans and single cell algae. So those organisms fall under unicellular category. Rest all plantae or fungi or animals, they come under multicellular category. So eukarya members are eukaryotic and they may be unicellular or multicellular, right? The second character which is very important, this is with respect to genetic analysis. Since archaea and eubacteria are prokaryotes, you will not find any nuclear membrane. The genetic material is just coiled and it is floating in the cytoplasm, right? But since it is a eukaryotic domain, the genetic material is perfectly stored under a definite nucleus, okay? So the genetic material is covered by nuclear membrane. This point is simple. But if you take the ribosomes, okay, so in case of prokaryotic organisms, if this is the cell, so you will get a coiled genetic material, also referred as nucleoid. If you take the ribosomes of prokaryotic organisms, in case of archaea and eubacteria, they are made up of 16S rRNA. 16S ribosomal RNA. So if you take the structure of ribosome, which is made up of 2 units, so this ribosome, especially the smaller unit, is made up of 16S rRNA. We have a separate chapter for cell, the cell components and cell structure. There we'll study the structure of ribosome in detail. But here we can consider, in case of archaebacteria and even in case of eubacteria, the ribosomes are made up of 16S rRNA. But in case of eukarya, the ribosomes are made up of 18S rRNA. Okay, so remember this point. So this point is the basis for the 3 domains of life. Carl Woese considered the genetic criteria. Archaea and eubacteria, they are having 16S rRNA and eukarya is having 18S rRNA. When both the ribosomes here is made up of 18S rRNA, then why Carl Woese did 2 separate domains? This is based on the cell wall. So third character will take with respect to cell wall. In case of archaea, the cell wall is not made up of cellulose, neither cellulose nor peptidoglycan. Majority of the archaebacteria members, the cell wall is made up of pseudomurine. Remember, okay? So the cell wall is made up of a compound called pseudomurine. But in case of eubacteria, the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, so remember this point, very important. And in case of eukarya, this is also very important. Why? Because in case of domain eukarya, the cell wall, it may be present or it may be absent. Why this statement here? Because we have protozoans and animals where the cell is not covered by cell wall. But if you take plants and algae and fungi, the cell is covered by cell wall. So cell wall, it may be present or it may be absent. If it is present, then it can be made up of cellulose or it can be composed of chitin or chitin. Very important point. The third point with respect to cell wall. So archaea, there is no peptidoglycan, there is no cellulose, there is no chitin. The archaebacteria cell wall is made up of pseudomurine. It is a type of polysaccharide. Then eubacteria is made up of peptidoglycan and eukarya is made up of either cellulose or chitin, or sometimes it may be absent. So these are the 3 domains of life proposed by Carl Woese. Now if you consider this level, archaebacteria, true bacteria, protista, fungi, plantae and animalia, because we have written 6 names here, 3 domains of life is also considered as 6 kingdom classification. Which are those 6 kingdom? These 4, then this eubacteria and archaebacteria. So 3 domains of life also referred as 6 kingdom classification. So whether domain is bigger or kingdom is bigger, the question is very important, right? we have seen the taxonomic hierarchy with taxonomic categories, 7 obligate categories: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species, right? The domains are always kept at the higher level of kingdom. Why? Because if you take these 3 domains, in a single domain we have so many, again we have 4 kingdoms, right? So domain is always bigger than kingdom. So domains are always kept at the higher level in taxonomic hierarchy. But whenever you write a hierarchy for any organism, we usually write these 7 obligate categories, but you have to remember the domain classification also, right? So this is very important for examination point of view. 3 domains of life given by Carl Loews. Please check the description box for the handwritten notes for the same concept. We'll meet again in the next video. From next video onwards, we will take this kingdom one by one in detail with suitable examples. Okay, so stay connected. We'll meet again in the next video. Thank you for watching.